a mountain in front of you. You have to get there. You want to get to the top, but you can barely see the top. Fellow Toastmasters, area director, welcome guests. You see, you know you want to get to the top of that mountain. The mountain represents a goal. You could be 130 pounds overweight, like one of my friends is, and he can't even see the top. There's clouds covering him, there's fog on top. All he knows is it's going to be really hard, and maybe you shouldn't even try. That's a mindset a lot of people have. You see, another way to look at it is, you could go 5 feet up the mountain, up a little hill, and then all of a sudden, it's a little bit closer. I'm sure the guy who has to lose 130 pounds, he's still not going to see the top, but he's a little bit closer. A little bit closer in reaching his goal. You see, when I first joined Toastmasters, it was years ago. And I remember days we had meetings. This is back like in 2007. We met at Villas, there's this restaurant, and I had anxiety all day long. I remember I had anxiety thinking about the meeting. It was 10 o'clock, 10 a.m., midday. All of a sudden, it's around the time of the meeting. Sometimes I would just, the couch is so much better than going. It was so relaxing. I felt like, yes, I did it. I didn't have to go. And I know a lot of new members feel the same thing now, is they have anxiety thinking about going, praying and hoping they're not called on for table topics or a role. I remember being in meetings and they didn't call me on table topics, and I was just like, I don't know, it was just my personal experience of going through Toastmasters. And then what really overcame the first level or layer of fear and anxiety was actually just giving a speech. There was so much buildup to your first speech, your second speech. I remember I would probably put in 3, 4, 5 hours for about 5 to 7 minutes. It kind of reminds me of dating. Only kidding. So, I would put all this time in, I would memorize a speech, I would know every word. At the end of the time I'd give the speech, I would know, like, oh, I missed a sentence here. Oh, I missed a sentence there. No one else knew, but I knew. It was such a rush. It was kind of like, I can only imagine going bungee jumping, where you're nervous, you're scared, you do it, you're relieved. Probably how you felt approaching a girl sober with all anxiety, and then it's just, released. It's not so bad. That's what it felt like, this huge adrenaline rush, and it was just, I remember sitting there like my heart was beating, and I couldn't pay attention to the other speakers, couldn't pay attention to the other speeches. It was just too intense. This probably lasted 6 or 7 speeches, and then it just really toned down. So the more you give speeches, the more this feeling goes away. And I don't miss being the anxiety and the nervousness. I miss giving a speech, sitting back down and feeling like euphoric rush, because you might feel that now. But I don't get that feeling anymore, and I kind of miss it, but you don't want to feel that nervous when you're about to give a speech. So while I was in Toastmasters, I joined Dale Carnegie. I did the Dale Carnegie course, and the way that their course worked is they taught you principles, like how to influence people. And there was a 2-minute speech you have to give before each class. So it might not seem like a lot, but here I am in front of a group of people I don't know, while being a Toastmaster. I volunteered to go first. I know it wasn't any good at the time, probably not any good yet, but it was 2 minutes. I felt uncomfortable, but it was 10 weeks in a row. Every single week, you have to give a 2-minute speech in front of people. What was kind of strange, this course, the amount of repetition, is what got me over the fear of coming up and speaking. While I was doing that course, probably around halfway through, I came to Toastmasters and gave speeches on things I knew, and I didn't even prepare for the speech. I would just show up to Toastmasters and be like, oh, I traveled here, let me tell everyone about it. oh, I did this thing with my buddies. Let me tell fellow Toastmasters about it. So kind of made it so I didn't have to even prepare a speech to give a speech. So I went from spending 5 hours for 5 minutes to no preparation to be able to give a speech. It was kind of like one of those, I'm not gonna say life-changing moments. It was kind of like, now I can see the top of the mountain a lot closer. I know I'm not there. I know I'm not a great professional speaker, but now I can see that. It's kind of like the guy who has to lose 130 pounds. He's might have lost 50 or 60, whatever, the same path or progress I am to the top of the mountain. So I would tell everyone, go out there, give as many speeches as fast as you can, be nervous, who cares, screw up, forget words, and before you know it, you won't be scared, and you probably will be up here too much, and people will tell you, stop talking and sit down. Fellow Toastmasters.